Hey, hi again. I remember something else now. I told you guys before that I was in the military, in the Navy, actually. And this is another clue. Like when you're in the military, after boot camp, you have to get your technical training, whatever what your job is going to be. And I also have to add that it was my father that encouraged me to go in the military. He tried twice, like my father. Like when I think I initially graduated from high school, he said, "Hey, why don't you go to the talk to someone in the military?" It was just me and my other family member, and so we go, and brought a pad and yellow pad and pen, and ask questions, whatever. And this recruiter, I didn't go in then, but over a period of time, he would call the house, my parents' house where I lived at the time. Hey, you interested in coming yet? Blah, blah, blah. But it was my father that initiated, and I don't know why. And I don't remember exactly when, but I remember we went. And I think it was the Army. And then fast forward a little bit, in 1987, it was my father again said, hey, I was thinking, you ever think about the military? Oh, I think this would be great for you, blah, blah, blah. And he said, you shouldn't go in the Army because, you'll be away at a base and it'd be away from everybody, no people around. Hey, maybe you could go in the Navy because then you'd be on a ship and you go to get to travel. Excuse me. And he knew I liked to travel. I wanted to do that. So I took the exam. It's called the ASVAB. It's really like an IQ test. I don't remember what I scored, but I just remember they said that um, you're good mechanically. And so I said, okay. And they offered certain schools to me. The school that I selected was calibration. They also had offered me a, what do you call it, those people when you know, you're at an airport and the people tell you who can land and, things like that. A controller, something controller. Air something controller. And my father said, no, you shouldn't take that one because it's high pressure, Uh, take the other one. So I said, okay. So I enlisted in the Navy. And while in my technical training school after boot camp, um, what was that? I remember the person, my teacher. I still remember him. I like, he was funny. But he said to me, like he was like whispering to me, talking to me. He was a white fellow of German ancestry. And, things back then, everything was about race. Things were racially segregated, I mean, my class was co-ed, had male and female and black and white. Okay, but still, so, it was what it was. But it was a friendly class. Everybody got along in the classroom, you know. And I was one of the older ones. I was a little older, okay. Um, but he was telling me about this other black girl that this teacher, this instructor, told me about some black girl how he helped her, and he even gave her money. And I wonder why he, sometimes white people tell you things, and you wonder why you're telling me, you know. And I trusted him as an instructor, but back then a lot of some white people talk to you in code. I didn't really understand that, but it is what it is. Okay, but either way, then he says to me, "Well, you're special. You're one of the special ones." And I I knew he was on the surface that he was supposed to be complimenting me, but again, what does he mean? try that. Okay, speaking in code. I didn't understand what that code was, but I thought at the time was I took it as something sexual that um, I wasn't one of the girls that like promiscuous. I was very conservative, so I just thought it was something of that nature. But now with this super soldier stuff, and I think my father, for a reason, wanted me to go into the military. Like it's part of my plan, like the career plan, the secret career plan for me. And it's like things weren't working out with certain jobs. Like weird things. People were like mistreating me all the time, and this hostility, and so just it's like they don't want you to succeed in the civilian world, but they want you in this other thing. It's like they're indirectly directing you into a career or a lifestyle that's outside of your choice, but they make it seem like it's your choice. But yeah, this is what happened. So he's telling me that you're special, and I'm wondering what do you mean? So I'm wondering whether like this one super soldier that I watched over YouTube was mentioning that he too was in the military. I forget what branch he was in, but I think of the Coast Guard. So his sort of like his day job was the Coast Guard, his regular job that people know him by. But at the same time, they sent him on activities, that his other people didn't know about. And he'd be sent all over different places. And one thing, when you're in the military, people have your records. Before you walk in, they know everything about you. So this guy, this instructor, knew something that, and he didn't tell me what, but I'm wondering whether or not he knew I was being used for something else. I mean, like, because again, now with these super soldiers, that they could remove your memory. So when you have your so-called day job, or the part they want you to know and believe that, and then on the side they have you doing something else. I mean, I'm really stretching it here, but I'm just trying to make sense. Is it just some white dude saying, "Oh, well, you're different"? Was he trying to say, "Oh, you're different than other black people"? There wasn't that many black people there. They had, in fact, very interesting. The other two guys were also mixed race people. They had one had a German mom and the other one had a French mom. You know, um, yeah, um, yeah. That's what it was in my class. Now that I think of it, they're really nice. Some of them were really nice. But but that's what was going on. And I get to my command station, after I graduated, whatever, and then it just seemed routine. That's all. Everything seemed what it was. you know. So again, I'm just trying to put pieces together. What happened? What was this instructor referring to that I'm special? Was he just trying to say, oh, you're not like the other so-called Negroes? Or was it something of a sexual? I don't know. To this day, I don't know. And again, you can request your, what they call your Steve files, but you don't get to see everything. You don't. You don't get to see everything. Because some incidences that I remember happening to me, it wasn't in my file. And that was the latter part of my stay there. Isn't that interesting? And I wonder whether those events were staged to get me, oh, wow, this is really interesting. An event happened to me towards the end. And it was like the last straw. It was one of several things. And it was something of a sexual nature, and then, oh, okay, let's get her out. You know? So it's really something. It's really, really something. And it seems to be following me to this day, certain events, certain, you go to certain employers, like this city agency, and then the guy threatened me there, that worked there. I mean, I was going for a corrections job. I took the exam, I passed the exam, and then the interview. And the guy threatened me. He said, "Is anything wrong on this resume?" Because my resume is really out there. And you have to supply what you call this, the IRS form. So it's the IRS form, and then you had to handwrite all the jobs you were in. So everything is up and up. But he threatened me. And then the other guy, the doctor, was really harsh. And I'm wondering whether these things is all part of a program to control, again, because they don't want you to go in certain things. And it's good that I didn't go into correction. I wouldn't have survived that. But I was desperate. This happened right after 9/11, when the World Trade Center got destroyed, and because work, you still had to work. I lived in New York City, and I still had bills and everything. I had a lot of um, things that I had to pay off. So you take any job. So, so that's what happened. So this is really telling. Again, I don't know whether if it means anything, or it's just coincidence, or he's just trying to be polite, make you feel like you're a nice person. I don't know. But I don't think my life is a coincidence. I think all these things that happen to me on the job are something that's by design, like I'm being targeted. My life is being targeted, just like that thing, that vibrating thing, you know. And now it's happening to me. It's happened to uh, this other person that I know. So it's really weird. So that's all that I want to share right now. Thank you again for listening. And as always, if any of these things resonate with you, has happened to you, you can write below. You can put in the commentary section and share your experiences. Or if you have information, can refer me to something that could be helpful to me and others, please, share it. So I thank you again. Bye-bye.